What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Vilocity, and today's my first video on this channel. And a quick introduction about myself. I'm Airman Basic Vil. I joined the Air Force around April 18th of 2025, so this year. I don't know why I'm struggling to think about it. But this video is just a little quick introduction why I joined the Air Force, how BMT basic training went, what you can expect and things like that, and currently how my life is going and why I started a YouTube channel and what am I going to be doing in the future, basically. So I am a 4NO, so I'm aerospace medical, so I am in the medical field. We're basically the people that work in the hospitals, things like that. And quick background about me, I'm from Haiti. If you don't know where that's at, it's right by Dominican Republic, it's on the islands. I moved down here when I was around, how old was I? I moved here when I was like 4 years old. Moved to the States, started in Florida, moved around to Virginia, Maryland. So if you ever been to Ocean City, let me know in the comments. And then I kind of traveled all over because my dad is a truck driver. And I've always wanted to join the military ever since high school. Military recruiters would come in, like make us do the little push-up challenges and things like that. I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. So I started the process with them, took the ASVAB. I got like a 35, so barely passing. And then I didn't like any of my jobs. I started off with the Army. It was a bunch of random jobs that I didn't really like. And kind of waited a few years, started working at McDonald's, working at Walmart, getting that little 17-year-old, 16-year-old experience. And then once I moved to Indiana, which is where I started my Air Force process, I ended up scoring like a 58 or 59 on my ASVAB, so I got better jobs. I had gotten 4N, and I was like, my recruiter was like, this job is really rare, you should go for it. So boom, I signed up for it. I was like, yeah, I'm medical, I might become a nurse, I might do this, I might do that. Yeah, so I signed up for it. And guys, mind you, I signed up for it around December. I'm thinking I'm about to get shipped out within a week or something. No, they told me I had to wait till April 18th to get shipped out, so I had to wait like 4 months in the delayed entry program. I think that's what it's called now. I don't know if they changed the name, but yeah, I was just sitting in that status for like 4 months, and then I was just kind of vibing, being lazy, doing DoorDash, not really working. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go to the military, start a new career, woo! And what's it called? I eventually ended up going out, going to MEPS, swearing in, things like that. I don't really have videos. I'm not really much of a photographer, if you would say. And then I arrived at BMT. Shoot, this is where the story really begins. Me describing BMT. I'm trying to think because my memory is kind of foggy. After you're done with BMT, you're not really worrying about what happened at BMT anymore. It's really an in the moment type of thing. But I have little notes on I have little notes on my computer and stuff to help me remember what happened at BMT. So the first day you get there, you're like at the San Antonio airport with a whole bunch of people from all over California, Florida, all over. And you guys are just standing in line, you're waiting for the buses to arrive to bring you to the actual military base, Lackland. And after the buses pick you up, you go to Lackland. They drive you by this big behind building called the PRC Center. It's like this big dome. If you ever go to BMT, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you've been to BMT before, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and at that dome, inside that dome, that's actually where you receive all of the gear that you're going to need for the next few days, basically. So they're going to give you like your ECWW, they're going to give you like this fleece coat and things like that. They're going to give you like gloves. So like tactical gear that you're going to need throughout BMT. You're going to use them all throughout BMT, basically, depending on what season and what time you came into BMT. If you came in like November months, December, where it might get a little chilly, you might be wearing your fleece a little bit. Or if you came in during like rainy season, I don't know if Texas necessarily has a rainy season, but you might be wearing your ECWW a lot. I had to wear it a couple of times. But yeah, you're going to get all your gear. You're going to have like ropes and like tech school students basically yelling at you. It's just people that volunteers to go kind of work with the group that's arriving for that week, tech school people. Yeah, and then they're just kind of helping you. They're kind of yelling at you. You know, it's probably their first little volunteering opportunity. They're like, move this way. And then your MTIs, your military training instructors, some of them are going to be inside that dome as well. They're going to be yelling at you as well, telling you how to report correctly to an NCO, how to report correctly to anybody out there. So with everything that you're going to say, it's either going to be yes sir or no sir. There's no bro, yes bro, for sure. There's none of that type of terminology. It's either yes sir or no sir. And if you want to ask a question, you have to go at attention. I don't know if you guys can really see me, but you have to like set your feet, go at attention and stuff. Airman Vil reports as ordered, or trainee, oh yeah, you're gonna have to say trainee because you're not an airman yet, so you're gonna have to say trainee Vil reports as ordered, or trainee, whatever your last name is, reports as ordered. And then you ask whatever question you want to ask. It's gonna take you like 2-3 days to fully master it and fully remember it, but I remember the first few days, I would get smoked for that, because I would forget the words. I'd be like, trainee, reports, I would mess it up so many times. Like trainee, orders as report, like I don't know if I said that, but I would say some dumb stuff like that. And my MTI that I got for 0 week is basically your in processing week. It's a week that doesn't count. It's just for you to get shots, just to take some of the load off of your actual MTIs that you're gonna get for your first week, because you have 0 week MTIs and then you have first week MTIs. A 0 week is just like basically back, like front end. I don't even necessarily know if it's front end or if it's back end, but it's like your shots, things, going to pick up your OCPs, going to pick up your just the stuff that you're gonna need, your boots and things like that. Yeah, it's just to take like to make it easier on the first week MTIs. But yeah, in 0 week, the first 3 days, bro, you're gonna struggle to remember what's it called, your reporting statements, the trainee something reports as ordered, and they're gonna get on you, they're gonna pack on you, they're gonna get on you. But yeah, back to the PRC Center. So after you pick up your gear, you're gonna be out there the whole time, the whole night dang near. I think we started sleeping at 4 a.m., but around like 2 or 3, if you're lucky, they're gonna walk you out. They're gonna walk you to what's it called? I think it's the 380. I don't remember. I think it's the 321st Training Squadron. I think that's the 0 week squadron. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But they're gonna walk you out there. Not walk you. They're gonna march you out there. They're gonna kind of give you a little example of what you're gonna be doing the whole day. Practicing drill movements, simple drill movements. How to stand at attention. How to stand at parade hests or parade rests. And yeah, they're just gonna show you a whole bunch of simple drill movements that you're gonna need for all of BMT, all of tech school, all of everything. And yeah, they're gonna be like attend hut, flight attend hut, and then flight parade hess, and then they're gonna correct every single person that's making a mistake. Anybody that's moving wrong, anybody that's setting their hands weird when they're doing parade rest and things like that, they're gonna correct you right there. It's like a little 20-30 minute like drill session right before you go in. Then you go inside. Then they kind of make you dump out all your bags straight onto your mattress. You're gonna have to dump everything out. They're gonna have to verify that you don't have any contraband on you yet or anything like that. And after that, you get to go to sleep. Some MTIs might make y'all do push-ups, might make y'all do twos if you guys are really a bad flight. But most of the time, they're gonna just let you go to sleep. And then they're gonna wake you up 3 hours, like what's it called? Your wake up time. I'm pretty sure for the first day it's at 5. Yeah, so you have to wake up literally in 2.5 hours by the time you're going to sleep, because you're probably gonna be asleep at like 3, and you have to wake up at 5. They're gonna come knocking, banging on the door. You're gonna be in like a state of shock. You're gonna be like, what's going on? Why are you guys knocking on the door like that? And then they're just trying to, their whole job for like the MTI's whole job the whole entire time is to put you in a state of high stress, just so the Air Force knows that you're gonna be comfortable with dealing with a lot of stress when they send you on a deployment, or when you're doing a mission essential type of job or something like that. Which every job in the Air Force is mission essential, so know that. But yeah, they're gonna put you in a state of high stress all the time. They're gonna be moving around. They're gonna be telling everybody, go shave, go shave, go shave, go shave, go shave. They're gonna go all around. They're not just gonna stand in one place. They're gonna tell y'all go shave, and if you guys aren't moving fast, they're gonna smoke you right then and there. They're gonna be like, everybody, get on your face, get on your feet, get on your face, get on your feet, get on your face, get on your feet. They're gonna do that repeatedly, like several times. And then they're finally gonna be like, the next exercise is the push-ups, or the next exercise is the floater kicks. And floater kicks, you're literally just kicking your feet like this, in like a somewhat of the lower sit-up type of position, but you're moving your feet back and forth. You're gonna know what it is. They're just gonna have you do that like 20 or 30 times, and then they're gonna have you continue to go shave, continue to go shower. You're gonna eat breakfast. It's gonna be a regular day, just you doing a bunch of drill movements, and you watching a whole lot of videos. Death by PowerPoint. Whoa, you're gonna know what death by PowerPoint is the first couple of days, because you have to watch a whole bunch of random BS behind videos. Like they're videos that the Air Force has to show you, but they're I don't like it. They're like, just give me a form, just have me sign the form or something like that. And it would be as stupid as videos ever. It'd be like, okay, so if you ever decided to abandon the video, to abandon the Air Force, your punishment is death. Like it's so crazy. I don't even know how to describe it, but I hated 0 week. It felt like it was the longest and the hardest week throughout my whole BMT career. I've never had an I've never had an MTI yell at me that loud. Even my first, second, third week, they don't yell as loud as my first week, or they don't yell as loud as my 0 week MTIs. I don't know if I got really unlucky for my 0 week, but that MTI, he knows who he is. He was yelling like crazy, yelling like in your face, yelling, having you hold your backpack up like this. Even my first, second, third, fourth week, the MTI that I had all throughout my actual BMT, they've never made me do anything that harsh, as in like just lifting this heavy behind backpack above your head until the person that had forgotten whatever item that they had forgotten inside their lockers come back. So if they send us to the day room is where we watch all the videos, where we do all of our work. If they said, everybody, bring your lightweight OCPs, bring this, bring that, bring this, bring this, bring that. If somebody didn't have it, they would have us hold our backpacks up like this until everybody got everything. It would be so stressful. And then they purposely only told you what to bring one time. Didn't write it on the board, because they want to put you in a high stress environment. So shoot, if you didn't listen, it's a perfect opportunity for your MTIs to go put you in a high stress type of environment. So I'm saying, it was 0 week, trust me, it's gonna be no joke. But it's honestly, if I had to kind of explain BMT in like a few sentences, it's probably the best experience that you would never want to do again. Everybody says that, but that actually is true. It's one of the best experiences that you get experience with, but you would never want to do it again though. And now let's get into the meat and potatoes. I don't know if I'm talking, if I'm yapping too long. So let me know in the comments if you guys want me to like slow down more, if you guys want me to go faster. But yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So this is your first week all the way to your 7th week, and I'm gonna try to briefly explain it. And my bad guys, I'm hearing a bunch of sounds. I'm in text right now, a bunch of people are walking in the hallway. It's pissing me off. It's making me not be able to focus. But yeah, first week through 7th week. So first week, you're still watching more PowerPoints. I'm trying to recall. Hold up. Oh my bad, guys, I forgot to tell y'all. I missed a key point in what's it called, in 0 week. I don't know if I said it already, but yeah, in 0 week, that's where you get all your OCPs. I'm pretty sure I said that, but you're gonna actually get all the gears that you're gonna need, for your first weekend, like for your first couple of weeks, until you need to start wearing blues and practicing how to walk with your blues. Then they're gonna have you go get your blues on like your 3rd week or something. I can't really remember, but first week you're gonna get everything you need, all of the shots that you need, your peanut butter shot, everything that you need. Yeah, and then guys, you're gonna get assigned a squadron at the Pfizer Center as well. So that's where the Pfizer Center is just a PRC, but you're gonna get assigned a squadron. If you get Alcatraz, and that's like 383rd, 382nd, I don't know. There's a 380 something. There's the Bulldogs, there's the Eagles. But yeah, Alcatraz, if you're in Alcatraz, you know what that is. But that's like the old building. It's like these old looking behind buildings. You're gonna know the difference. You're gonna notice that the other squadrons, they're like the 0 week squadrons. They look nice, they look new and everything. But the Alcatraz are like the oldest buildings, and it's not fun. That's where I got assigned. I was an Eagle. I was one of the toughest squadrons, if not the toughest squadron in the whole BMT. So MTIs, they were on us like crazy. They were doing the most. I promise you, they were doing the most. They had us doing bed drills for over 2 hours. They had us doing all of those crazy BMT stories. We did them. We did all of them. We had to get on our face. What's it called? Not even doing push-ups. Just get on your face. Get up, get on your face, get up, get on your face for over 15 minutes. I kid you not. Just get up, like, get down, get up, get down. And if somebody's not doing it fast enough, we're just gonna continue. And then finally, the next exercise is the push-up after getting down over 100 something times. Like you're not able to do push-ups anymore. Like, yeah, you might be able to squeeze out a little 5 to 10 push-ups, but if somebody's making you get down and get up over 100 times, your push-ups are declining like the stock market. I don't know. But yeah, so first week, you're just doing drill movements. You're watching a whole lot of videos. It's not that hard. It's really easy. And then second week, I'm just gonna go by fast with the weeks because I kind of like I'm explaining it to y'all, but I kind of still want it to be a sacred moment for y'all, or like a moment that you make yourself, because not every BMT is gonna be the same. I talked to people at tech school right now. Some of them had it easy, some of them had it harder than me, but a lot of them had it way easier than me. A lot of them didn't have to do anything. A lot of them even made deals with their MTIs. If I do this, can you guys do this? Can you guys do that? So some people are gonna have it easy. It's just luck of the draw. But second week, you're just learning more advanced drill movements. You might learn left face or right face. It's basically turning. What's it called? A stationary turning movement. So left face. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you guys are gonna learn it anyways. And then, yeah, second week, you're still watching some videos. You're probably gonna start going to some classes. You have sandpit coming up the next Monday of the third week, I think. So yeah, you're probably gonna start holding weapons, slaying weapons. So you're just slaying the weapons right on your arm. You're not really doing anything with the weapon, but you have to take it everywhere you go. You have to take it to drill. You have to stack the weapons. So if you're about to go to chow, you have to stack the weapons according to your elements and things like that. And then with your whole flight, you're probably gonna pick a dorm chief, and you'll probably have element leaders by your second week. Because the MTI, you still have to look at who's performing the best, who you think would be a great element leader. And element leaders are like the 4 people that you see that's at the front of the flight. So there's the first element leader, second element leader, third element leader, fourth element leader, and then there's the guidon bearer who is right in front of the fourth element leader, and that's the person that just guides the flight, that just kind of pushes the flight any direction that the flight commander wants. And then yeah, they're probably gonna pick those people. You guys are gonna do sandpit. You guys are gonna do more drill movements, more advanced drill movements. Then you get to the third week. Third week, it's still more videos and classes, and you going to classrooms never stop happening. You're always going to be going to random classrooms, learning and getting briefed about random things. So I'm not even going to go into that much detail. So yeah, third week, you're probably going to get issued your blues. I'm pretty sure I got issued my blues, and that's like the clothes that you're going to wear to graduation. And then I think you wear it fourth week, or no, you wear your blues one time. I think it's during the fifth week. You wear your blues. You start practicing with your blues a little bit, how to move with them. Yeah, putting on. it's a whole process. And then all throughout those moments, I ain't forgetting a couple of key details. But you're still folding clothes. You're still rolling socks. Your MTIs are still yelling at you. All of your 24 hours is still basically high stress, except only when you're sleeping. That's literally when you're not stressed. But you're still doing everything. You're still having to clean. You're still having to do all of that. But it's just like regular stuff though. So that's why I'm not mentioning it. And then fifth week, that's where you have all your appraisals. Fifth week, you have like your drill appraisal. You have your RLA appraisal. Your RLA is your recruit living area. It's basically everything that you're doing, like how you're sleeping, your bed, you making your bed, you having your locker trimmed out, your OCP's trimmed, no strings on it. I recommend bring yourself a pair of clippers or use clippers for that. And use a clipboard for your mattress as well. That's what everybody's gonna tell you, but actually use it. And you're gonna have to make hospital corners on your bed. First couple times you do it's probably gonna be a little hard, but by the time you're done with BMT, you can probably you can easily make a hospital corner in one. I kind of messed up, but yeah, one glitch I'm gonna give you guys: don't make your bed every day. So the sheet that you're using to cover your pillow, just use that sheet to cover with if you get cold. If you don't get cold, don't use any sheets at all. Just wake up in the morning and kind of touch it up a little bit, tighten it up a little bit. You don't have to fully pull the sheets out to re-tighten your hospital corner. You can just kind of crease everything in. When you go to BMT, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. But you can kind of crease everything in and kind of put everything down, and you can get I didn't even get a demerit for my bed, and I think what do they call it? They call it pop-tarting. Yeah, I was just pop-tarting my I think the whole entire time. Sometimes I would do it. I would only remake my bed every Sunday just to kind of change my sheets, things like that. But I would only remake it every Sunday. But other than that, I would wake up. I'd have so much time to do other things like shave, prepare myself mentally for the day instead of having to worry about being stressed out and remaking my bed. And if you got a good flight, you guys aren't just waking up at the regular 5:15 wake up time. You guys are probably waking up at 4:30 or like 4:25. Some people, you're gonna notice some people are gonna be up at like 4 a.m. Some people are gonna be the type of people where they're lazy and they're waking up at 5:10. But some of them are actually able to get away with it because they're kind of like fast, like they process things really fast, so they're able to quickly make their bed in like 5 minutes. I've seen people make their beds in 5 minutes and then go out there and shave and all of that, and boom, you're chilling. Another glitch I'll give y'all: whenever your MTI is first coming in, make sure you go to the bathroom. That's when you want to go and shave, because your MTI has a high chance of smoking y'all. So if he's walking by, he notices anything wrong, he's gonna be like, oh, you guys are kind of too tired, you guys aren't loud enough. I think you guys need some motivation. And if your MTI ever says you need some motivation, it's not the motivation you're thinking about. They're gonna have you do push-ups. So they're gonna be like, I think you need some motivation, and then they're gonna have y'all do push-ups. But I would always skip it because I'd always be in the bathroom shaving, and they can't say nothing. They can't just walk in the bathroom. It's actually not allowed. So yeah, I'd be in the bathroom, and towards the later week, there would be people in the bathroom sleeping on the benches. The later weeks are so chill. But yeah, fifth week, it's all PT appraisals. It's all like your main test. You gotta do your PT test and things like that. But we call it appraisals, PT appraisals in tech school. But you gotta do your PT test and all of that. Oh, and you also gotta do your PT test third week, and you also have an initial PT test first week. It's kind of to see if you're improving and things like that. And it can help you if you do fail your fifth week. If they see that there was a strong improvement, they're gonna give you like another shot, another chance. But if it looks like you're not even trying, you're getting recycled. Yeah, so recycled. You get recycled for just bad discipline, horrible disciplinary actions. I've seen a couple people get recycled for being bad. I've seen people get recycled for trying to fight. I've seen people get recycled for PT. That's about the easiest thing that you can get recycled for is PT. If you're not athletic and if you're not able to pass a PT test, you will get recycled until you're able to pass a PT test. And if they give you too much chances and you don't pass, you're gonna get kicked out the Air Force. Simple as that. But yeah, so fifth week is bad. Sixth week, it's pacer forwards. it's supposed to be Pacer Forge, but I think they're working on changing it to Beast Week. It's like a temporary deployment. They're going to give you missions. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but they're going to give you missions. They're going to give you a bunch of things to do. They're still going to, you don't have to use a reporting statement. You don't have to say, sir, a training summary report is ordered. You talk like you're a grown person, like you're in an actual deployment. And then they're going to have like a bunch of mortar strikes, like improvised mortar strikes. I don't know if they're using speakers. I don't know what they're using. And then they have like these weapons, these trainer weapons. They make a real sound and they actually kick back, but they don't fire anything. And sometimes you might have to play dead if you get shot. Like it's fun, but I hated Pacer Forge because you had EC duty during the nighttime, so you'd have to be up at night. And throughout all of BMT, I forgot to say this as well, you can have EC duty. EC is basically entry controller. You're the person that's guarding the whole area that you're at. So you're making sure no stranger comes in. If the MTI is knocking you, you're gonna have to say, I forgot how it was in BMT. I think it's like, sir, how may I help you? And they're gonna be like, let me in. And then you're gonna look at your EAL, your entry access list or something like that. If their name is not on it, they don't have access. And then if they do have access, you're gonna be like, sir, I have verified your authority to enter. Please stand clear of the door, and then you're gonna open the door for them. If they don't have it, there's like procedures for that as well. I low-key forgot, but I think it's like, sir, I do not see your name on the entry access list, something like that. You just tell them you can't let them in. And then they're still, sometimes the MTIs might be trying to test you. They're gonna be like, let me in, I don't care, let me in. And then I think you have to say, alright, I'm about to go get my MTI, and then if your MTI's not there, I'm gonna call CQ. CQ doesn't answer, you just gotta keep looping with them, but you can never let them in, or you might get recycled, you might get in trouble, real heavy trouble. But yeah, you're gonna have entry controller throughout your dorm, and then you're also gonna have entry controller, ECP, at Pacer Forge as well, but it's actually outside. Like EC inside the dorms, you're just standing by the door, like the inside, but you're just posted up by the door, making sure nobody comes in. At Pacer Forge, it's like these little barricades. You're just sitting out there, kneeling on your knees, and you have your little trainer weapon on you, and you're just scoping the scene. Sometimes they might send secret attacks throughout the night, so you always have to be vigilant. But yeah, they're gonna send like secret attacks at you maybe, and you just have to stay awake. It's like 2-hour shifts, and then you switch with somebody else. That's also how EC is at the dorms. 2-hour shifts, and then it's the next person. And if you have a good EC monitor, nobody should ever be overly working EC. But sometimes if you have bad ones that kind of have people that are cool with, they might do some people dirty with their EC shifts, put them at 2 to 4, put them at 4 to 6, some crazy behind shifts. But yeah, after Pacer Forge, you're pretty much just waiting for like that Wednesday so you can go graduate. And then graduation week, I'm not even gonna spoil that for y'all. It's honestly a surreal moment. You're like, damn, we really did it. It's like that meme. I forgot the meme, but like, damn, we really did it. That's how it is. And then you're just being happy. I hope you have family coming if you do go to BMT. Your family, they're gonna just encourage you. They're gonna be so proud of you. And I really recommend you just take that moment to realize that you did this all by yourself. Nobody had to drag your hands. You had to actually grind. You had to do push-ups. You had to get up every morning at like 5 a.m. You had to grind for 7.5 weeks, really 8 weeks. And yeah, it's just a real moment to just look back how fast it went by when you're thinking of the overall BMT experience. But throughout the actual moment, throughout the actual 24 hours, it feels long. What's it called? Weeks go by fast, days go by slow. That's the saying at BMT. But I hope you guys did enjoy my little session. It's probably horrible. I'm missing key points, key moments. But I tried my best to explain it from my point of view. Things that I think that you guys should know. And stuff like that. But let me talk about what I want to do with this channel now. With this channel, I kind of just want to, I have a passion of riding e-bikes, of just like going on adventures. I'm planning on buying my e-bike, so I plan on recording story time videos while riding my e-bike, just showing you guys the scenery at tech school.